Hello. I was here with this expression, blood, sweat, and tears. I always had this idea. Always connected this expression to pain, effort associated with life, right? Life is about blood, sweat, and tears, battle, struggle. But then you got me thinking that when you think blood, you think about anything that makes your blood run. It can be anger, but it can be passion too, or love, making your blood boil. When you think sweat, it can be because you're doing work, you're doing work with your body, or you're exercising, or you're having sex. So the work might be something that you like. It doesn't have to be negative. When you think about tears, there can be tears of happiness, there can be tears of joy too. So it was my conception, it was my perception, and blood, sweat, and tears, battles, struggle. That's what I associated with. But it's like everything. Maybe that is not your perception of that expression, but it was mine. Then I realized that no, it's life. That's life, and it has, the opposites. It has. It all depends from each point we see things. It always has the yin and the yang. It always have the polarities, the duality. It has both things. It all depends on how we see things. And I'm not going to be here extending too much. It's just that to say that we all have struggles in life, and maybe we all have struggles. We all have our little traumas from childhood and then adolescence and adulthood. But if it's stuck only on the perception of the negative part of things, we would just get stuck in that cage, because it's a cage. It's a mental cage, and at some point we gotta make a bridge. It's not forgetting what causes pain. It's just giving it another interpretation. Just like I gave to that expression of blood, sweat, and tears, that for me it was a negative thing, blood, sweat, and tears. And it's just to give it another interpretation, because we can all be stuck in that cage of the negative side of things, or we can transmute. Because sometimes when you talk about transmuting energy, we think about mystical witchcraft, or it's not. It's just transforming something painful into something useful for us or for many others. It's the Lavoisier's law, my favorite one. In nature, nothing is lost, nothing is gained, everything is transformed. I believe it was 2 days ago, I crossed through a chorus platform, and there was this story of this man, this black man from the 60s. I'm not telling the story because he's black. Of course I resonate, but it's not just because he's black. Of course I resonate, but it's not just because he's black. And it was in the decades of the 60s, and he was somehow let me tell the story. He decided to build a camp for playing golf in his own land, because he thought it was very unfair. Back then, black people couldn't enter at specific places to use. Couldn't enter in just any place. Probably it was forbidden to enter in a camp for golf. So he decided in his own land to create a golf camp where kids could learn how to play golf without having to pay for it. He gave free access for something that he himself didn't have, because it was a white man's a white man's place. And that's what I call transmuting energy. Of course, probably that situation came from some painful situation, traumatizing even, maybe. It could have turned it only into a bitter man, resentful against white people, and he decided to transmute that energy of his painful trauma into something useful to others. That's, in fact, probably that's what we have. Maybe it's the purpose of life. I was having this conversation with my niece one of these days, and because about something about Gabor Mate, because according to his perspective, a lot of the problems, of the emotional problems that we have, come from trauma, and trauma sometimes are little things from the external point of view, but it's all about how each individual process certain things from a nervous nervous system point of view, how he processes, how he cooperates, how he copes with determined situations. And I was thinking that we are born, a clean slate, clean soul. We pass through many things, experience life. Some situations cause trauma, and I believe the great difference among people who feel more fulfilled or less fulfilled with life has to do with the way they overcome trauma. So we can say that the experience of life, how fulfilling life can be, or how much of a good human being, and not just saying a good person, a good human being can be. It's about surpassing trauma, transmuting trauma. Could that be the purpose of life, the sense of life? Could that be? Maybe. Think for yourself. I don't know. Could it be? The great difference between people that do good things in the world for many people, or just for the people surrounding them. Because one thing is for certain, unhappy people don't make anyone happy around them. It's not just about being unhappy or happy, right? But I think it is about transmuting something, transforming something that might be a trauma into something good for them or for other people. Maybe. I'll leave it there for your reflection. Have a nice weekend.